Hey, what's going on, everybody? GMD Geek back here with another quick little video for you. It comes as a follow-up to the last video I did on staying safe online. Some security things you can do. One of the things I didn't touch on was how to keep your money safe or to use it smartly while you're online. Some conversations have come up after the fact. So some quick tips and ideas that might make you a little more secure. I do not use regular credit cards for any of my transactions when I'm shopping on my Amazon or any of that other stuff. I don't use checks. I think there's too much information on a check. Call me a little paranoid, but all that other stuff that's on there might make it a little easier for people to get a hold of your stuff. So what I do is I use a prepaid credit card, a Visa specifically. You go to your bank, you can get online, but I go to the bank where I bank at, and I told them I wanted a prepaid. I want to be able to transfer money to it if I need, when I need it, and that's it. But I didn't want the card to be bi-directional, being able to go and access my account from the card. I want it to be just something I can put money in myself, and that is it. So that's essentially what I do for all my online transactions, meaning that if my accounts or any of my bank accounts, or not my bank account, but any of my gaming accounts, any of my shopping accounts like Amazon, Walmart, whatever it might be, gets compromised, they're not going to get anything, because the only money I keep on the card that I use is the money that I use when I'm ready for a transaction. I'm ready to buy something. Now people are like, well, that's easier for you to say because we don't have the money, we have to do credit. Well, that's fine. If you're using a credit card to do your purchases, make sure it's just for that one specific use. That would be my biggest recommendation. This prevents or limits the bad guys from being able to get at your livelihood. I really recommend against linking any of your accounts that you use for regular purchases to your checking account, to your livelihood. If that's where your bread and butter comes from and your means to provide for yourself or your family or all of the above, put a layer of defense in front of that. Go get it. It doesn't cost much, a couple bucks. Get a prepaid Visa card. Visa does great. There's people ask me why Visa instead of Master or Discover or any of that stuff. Visa is one of the easiest ones to get, especially from the banks, and they are one of the best, has some of the best customer service out there. I had a recent transaction where I purchased a computer case for my new computer, and when it arrived at my house, the box was undamaged, the shipping box was undamaged, but all the glass panels on it were shattered. And I had to take some pictures, I had to call customer service for the place that I bought it from, and they didn't want to do anything, and I finally proved to them that it was probably a return box to them, and they never properly repackaged it because there was no styrofoam supports behind any of them. I ended up going to Micro Center to get my new case because this vendor didn't want to refund the money and didn't want to ship a replacement box or case that same day, and I needed it that week to finish the project. But they didn't want to accommodate that. They're like, we'll get you a shipping label and it'll be 3 to 4 days before you get somebody to come pick that box up, which they originally wanted me to take it to a UPS store to reship. When the whole idea was, I purchased it, paid for expedited delivery because I didn't want to have to go out there. All this stuff went down. I called Visa. Visa got my side of the story. They talked to them, and they're like, this isn't the first time it's happened. So Visa just automatically pulled my money back and gave it to me. And the vendor was like, oh, it's not fair. And Visa's like, well, if it doesn't get back to you, then that's on us to take care of. But they sided with the customer in this case. So it's always use Visa, just a snippet. Doesn't mean it's more safe, just means they got really good customer service. Also, when you are setting up your accounts as a parent, learning the hard way, so you got things like Amazon and all that other stuff, set up and use a PIN or a passphrase or something that will keep your children from easily being able to purchase in-game purchases or Amazon videos. My daughter bought, I think it was Paw Patrol. I don't remember how many seasons of Paw Patrol. Luckily, Amazon refunded it all after a phone call and everything, so it wasn't too bad. But after that, immediately I put a PIN on the account, so a parent has to make the purchase. Same thing for your mobile phones, your mobile tablets. All too often, I see parents just set them and make it the Play Store or the Apple Store, whatever it is. They don't have to put anything in. You can just do instant purchases. From a parental standpoint, that's not a good thing. From a security standpoint, that's not a good thing either. Somebody gets a malicious thing on there, they make a fraudulent game, install it on your phone, and all of a sudden they got free reign. Yeah, so again, any of that stuff that I have that has any type of billing or any type of access to my family's funds or to my livelihood, I don't leave it there. I don't leave access to it. That's secured. Any of my purchases online, whatever it might be, is with a prepaid card. Even at the stores, is just easier, safer, and more secure. I've read too many times, I've participated in enough breaches and seen enough credit card theft and identity theft and everything that it's just not something I'm going or willing to do. So if you were to ask me what my recommendations are for staying safe with your money online, don't use your bank card on your accounts to buy stuff. Get a prepaid Visa, get a prepaid Master, whatever it might be. Don't do that. Don't link to your checking account. Don't link to your savings account. If you can't get a card, I do like PayPal. They've got really good security in place. Use two-factor authentication is what we talked about in the last video. They do like to link to your checking account, but I think you can work things out. You can set up a second checking account with your bank that you can actually transfer money to, that then PayPal can go to if you don't want to get a Visa or a CAN or anything like that. Set up a secondary account that's got no real access to your primary funds, keeping yourself safe. I mean, this is the name of the game. You got to stay safe online, keep your identity safe, your family safe, all this other stuff, and keep your money safe. So that's my biggest recommendations. Two-factor authentication, don't use simple passwords, and make sure you don't use your direct checking account for your purchases and stuff like that. Get a layer of defense in between. Get a prepaid card. Get a secondary account that doesn't have access to your primary funds. Whatever it might be, that would be my best recommendation to go with it. Keep your money safe. Keep yourself safe. If you got any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Hit me up on our GMD Geek Gamer Discord channel. We talk about this stuff all the time. We would love to have more discussions surrounding it. If you've had an experience, if you have any suggestions, recommendations, or thoughts, please let us know. In the meantime, everyone stay safe out there. I think we're going to weather the storm and get through this current event of human malware. And please, thoughts and prayers with everyone out there that's going through it. Have a great day. And until next time, I'll see y'all later.